Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Check it, guys. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those who are attending in online, please confirm to me. Is my voice on screen is clear to all of you guys? Right, sir. And check it what we completed in the last session. I think we had some discussion there. On Friday, I took one demo session. Alright, sir. Now, today, I'm going to continue this content, and before that, just have a look on it. Then what I completed there in the last session there. Alright, sir. Not this one. I think so. I given one diagram also there. Introduction part I given in the last classes. Right, sir. I think so. Might be. Right, sir. It is not available. Just I given the point. Finally, I given one point there. What was that point I have given there? What exactly the purpose of Hibernate? I have given that one diagram I given there previously. What exactly the purpose of Hibernate and where Hibernate is available? If you come for this point, answer is very clear. Hibernate is not a programming language and is not a technology. Hibernate is an ORM tool. Hibernate is ORM tool, which is provided by Hibernate is ORM tool and which is provided by some third party. It can be used to provide mapping between like object-oriented data model with a relational data model. It is providing mapping with object-oriented data model with a relational data model. So for the sake of this mapping purpose only, we are using like which one here now Hibernate. Right, so now this is the point here I have given there clear, right, sir. After completion of this particular content here, what is the point here I'm telling to you? What exactly the content I'm going to discuss there, that all the content here, total content here I represented. You can understand it, what I'm going to be discussing with you inside this Hibernate. These are the total concepts. Introduction, steps to prepare Hibernate applications, and like which one Hibernate applications, different Hibernate applications. Hibernate processes object life cycle. Hibernate is schema generation tools, and Hibernate that means primary key generation algorithms, transaction management, connection pooling mechanisms, bulk operations like HQL, native SQL, creation criterion API, pagination, and Hibernate filters, Hibernate mapping, like number of mappings are available. Next one is like caching mechanisms. This is the total content what I will discuss there. And databases, we are going to use mainly Oracle and MySQL. IDEs, we are able to use these two, Eclipse and IntelliJ IDEM. And Maven, I'm able to use there. Just before going to start our development part, design part, definitely I will take a separate session for Maven and I will prepare some examples on the basis of this Maven. First, I will go for normal, one or two examples on the basis of normal. Then after that, I will give clarity on this Maven. Then after that, I will prepare the Hibernate applications with the Maven. Right, sir. Now, prerequisite for this Hibernate is like which one? Core Java is required and basics of JDBC. Right, we required here. Then timing and total duration here are given. Monday to Saturday we have classes there. So what you are able to get from Durgasoft? If you have any queries regarding this course is there, if you have any things about this class is there, just you can contact with the admin people through this number, through this mail ID. What we are able to get support from our side here once you register for these courses. So soft copy material you are able to get and videos you are able to get. And the next one is daily classroom notes we are able to get. Classroom applications we are able to get. These are the things here we are able to get anyway now. This one totally. Now coming to the introduction part. Today just I'm going to talk about like which one here, introduction part. Inside these introduction parts, what we are able to discuss here. Right, sir. All of you understand it clearly now. Inside this introduction part, what we are able to have discussion there, you can understand it clearly. Alright, sir. Certificate also you are able to get. No need to worry for that. At the end of the course there, course completion certificate here we are able to get. Course completion certificate. Definitely, you are able to get it. As a soft copy, we are able to get from our side. Just you can send request mail at the end of the course. Definitely, our people will send that course completion certificate to you. Right. Yes. Right, sir. Now, so let's come for this content here, introduction part. In introduction part, what I am going to discuss with you. The very first topic is like which one? What is enterprise and enterprise application? You'll understand this. Enterprise and enterprise applications. Right. Basic definitions we are going to understand. Next one is enterprise application layers. You'll understand there. Then after that, we are going to see data persistency. Data persistency. Yes, we are able to have some definitions and data persistency mechanisms. What are the various mechanisms are available that we are able to understand? Next one is like which one? Fourth one is, all right, sir, serialization and deserialization persistency mechanism. After this serialization and deserialization persistence mechanism. Then next one is like which one here? Fifth one, JDBC mechanism, JDBC persistency. Mechanism, JDBC persistency mechanism. After completion of this JDBC persistency mechanism, ORM introduction. What exactly the meaning of ORM? Then what is the need of this ORM? This ORM introduction here we are able to have. Next one is the seventh one is like which one here? Mismatches between object oriented data model and what next one here? No, relational data model. These two types of data models here we are going to understand. The mismatches we are able to understand. Right. Up to this year we are able to get. Then after that, after completion of these mismatches between object-oriented data model and relational data model, we are able to have like which one here? What exactly that ORM definition and a Hibernate introduction part in this scenario. Then after that here we are able to see understand this clearly. No, Hibernate history here we are able to see. After this, then what exactly the benefits or features of this Hibernate? That's it. Features of Hibernate. So these are overall 9 number of topics we are going to see inside this introduction part. Right, very strong introduction part we are going to see. All theoretical aspects and all the introductions are very important. There where we are able to understand the purpose of the technology, the purpose of the content, why we are using this Hibernate, what is the need of using this Hibernate. This kind of things here we are able to understand clearly now. So for this particular reason only we are discussing about like which one now this Hibernate content here. Okay guys, now observe this clearly now. First of all, let us start our discussion with our normal content. Now guys, I'm asking one question to you. First of all, answer for it. What exactly the meaning of enterprise? Just I required a definition. What is the meaning of enterprise? Just I'm asking this question to all of you guys. What is the meaning of enterprise? Right, sir. You know already number of organizations are available in outside. Say for example, then in a simply speaking, in a simple words, we can say enterprise is a business organization. Come on guys, answer my point. Enterprise is like which one? A business organization. Good. A business organization is nothing but which one? Enterprise. Okay, fine. Good. That I agree. Now tell me, See, in roadside, pachari shops are available. Some roadside shops are available. There also a business is going on as per their level base. Might be as per their level, business is going on. Roadside, normal shops, maybe bookshop or maybe some pachari shop, whatever it may be. Durga Software Solution is also a business organization. As I will recognize it, Durga Software Solution is also a business organization. Do you think about it? Durga Software Solution is a charitable trust. Huh? Are you thinking about it? Durga Software Solutions is a charitable trust. No, Durga Software Solutions is a purely a business organization. Why, sir? Why people are laughing? Exactly, I'm telling that Durga Software Solutions is purely a business organization. Definitely here also be business is going on. Definitely, money is exchanged from one hand to another hand, and moreover, services are provided with the cost. So here also be a business is going on. Durga Software Solutions is also a business organization. At the same time, Ambani group of organizations or a Tata group of organizations, there also be business organizations. Guys, observe this clearly. Ambani group of organizations or maybe Tata group of organizations or Adani groups, all these are like which one they know? Business organizations only. So three levels of organizations are given. One is at bottom level, a roadside pachari shop, a saloon shop, or maybe something else. So there also be business, right, sir? And other thing is like which one there? Durga Software Solutions is also be a business organization, right, sir? And the next one is like which one? Apart from this, and a top level like a Tata might be a group of organizations or Adani might be Ambani group of organizations, and all these things are also be like which one? No, are gonna enter the like what I'm telling there. No, business organizations. Out of these three level of organizations, which things we are able to call them as? Which things we are able to call? Which things we are able to say an enterprise? Which things are we are able to say an enterprise? Come on, guys. I'm giving that option to you only. Which thing is treated as an enterprise? Roadside pachari shop, Durga Software Solutions, and a top end, like which one they know? Tata group of organizations. Which thing is an enterprise? Can I say roadside saloon shop is an enterprise? Can I say roadside saloon shop is an enterprise? No. Can I say Durga Software Solutions is an enterprise? Can I say Durga Software Solutions is an enterprise? No, no. Right, perfect answer. Right, sir. Can I say Tata group of organizations is an enterprise? Reliance group of organizations is an enterprise? Definitely. Adani group of organizations as an enterprise? Yes, definitely. All these are like which one? No, enterprises only. Very clear. All these are like which one? No, enterprises only. That's fine. Answers are very clear. Good. So Tata group of organizations or maybe Reliance groups, Reliance might be industries might be. This is like which one? No, enterprises. So the simple definition here, what I'm telling to you, right? So the simple definition is nothing but like which one? Why Reliance or Tata and all these things are enterprises now? Answer is very clear. Answer is very clear. If you take this Tata, for example, if you take this Tata are having their hands on multiple domains. Tata people are having their hands on multiple domains. What are the various multiple domains they know? Right from Tata steel to, right from needle to, might be a steel, completely might be some. What I'm telling to you, in every area, they're having their own appearance. Say, for example, Tata Insurance is a separate organization, subtitle. TCS, Tata Consultancy Services, this is a separate, like which one get domain. Next one is Tata Steel, this is a separate one. Then apart from that, Tata Salt even, Tata Salt is available, that is separate one. Tata Packaged Water, drinking water, this is another one. Then what next one here? Apart from this content here, apart from this, a number of areas, in every area they had their own hand. Right, sir. Now Tata, then what next one here? Motors are available, Tata Motors. Like what I'm telling there, Tata Mobiles, maybe mobiles or maybe communications, Tata Communications might be. So just if we come for this, in every area, Tata people are having their own hand. Answer my point now. So this is what exactly the meaning of like which one an enterprise. an enterprise? Simply speaking, it is a business organization. It is a business organization, no doubt for that. But I'm giving more clarity. A group of organizations running under single label. A group of organizations running under single label. A group of organizations running under single label. Then that organization, that label is called as which one? They know an enterprise. This is what exactly the meaning of like which one? No, enterprise. That's okay, guys. Good. What is the meaning of enterprise here? We understood clearly now. But what is an enterprise application? Come on, guys. I'm asking this question to all of you now. What is an enterprise application? What we are able to define for this enterprise application? What is an enterprise application? If we come for these enterprise applications, what's the meaning of this enterprise applications? No. For example, enterprises are available. So they had their own business processing. To simplify their business processing, they require some software programs. They require some softwares. They require some computer applications to simplify their business processing. Answer my point, to manage the employees details maybe, or to manage like which one clients details maybe, and to manage like which one can apart from this client details, no, customers details maybe, to manage this their product details maybe, to manage all of them and to do process all of them, they require some application there. They require some application. Answer my point, guys. What I'm telling to you know. So this application, whatever the software application that we are preparing, that is called as like which one can know an enterprise application. Right. So the point is like which one? It is a software application. It is a software application. It is a software application designed for an enterprise. Designed for an enterprise in order to simplify their business processing. In order to simplify their business processing. Right, sir. It is a software application designed for an enterprise in order to simplify their business processing. For that purpose, that because of that, with this particular point, we can understand what exactly the meaning of like which one? No, an enterprise. Right, guys. This is what exactly the meaning of like which one? No, enterprise application. Guys, just two definitions. These are general definitions only, not like too much technical. Simple definitions only are given. What was that first definition here I've given there? Right, sir. Enterprise is a business organization or a group of organizations running under single label. Enterprise application is a software application designed for an enterprise in order to simplify their business processing. Enterprise is a business application. Enterprise application is a software application designed for an enterprise in order to simplify their business processing. This is what exactly the meaning of like which one can know enterprise application and enterprise care. Okay, good. That's it. Next one is after completion of this particular point here, another thing is like which one after completion of this, another thing is how it is possible to prepare an enterprise application. How we are able to prepare enterprise applications. Right, sir. Now, to prepare enterprise applications, we will use, we are able to use, to prepare enterprise applications, we are able to use the following three layers. What are the three layers here we are able to use there? First one is like which one? Presentation layer or user interface layer. Presentation layer, or another one is like which one? No, user interface layer. Second one is like which one? Business layer. And third one is like which one here? Data access layer or persistence layer. Right, sir. Data access layer or persistence layer. These are overall 3 layers we are going to provide to prepare enterprise applications. These are just a top level layers only, not much. These are like which one can know, top level layers only. To prepare enterprise applications, we are able to use the following 3 layers. One is presentation layer or user interface layer. Second one is business layer. Third one is like which one, data access layer or persistence layer. Right, sir. Observe this clearly. I want to prepare a simple diagram for this. Right, sir. All of you understand this. This is like which one, here a system. Next one is like which one, here user interface layer. Next one is business layer. And next one is like which one, here data storage and access layer. Or simply we can say it is like which one, here persistence layer. Overall 3 layers are existed here. Right. All of you observe this clearly. What is the purpose of this user interface layer? These points here we have to understand. What is the purpose of user interface layer? Observe this clearly. What is the need of this user interface layer? Right, sir. User interface layer is having some few points. You have to understand clearly. It is a starting point to all the users. It is a starting point to all the users to access application, enterprise application. So a simple example, we can understand it now. If you go for every website or every web application, login page or maybe index page or something else, it's available, maybe login page. For example, if you type www.gmail.com, www.facebook.com, www.yahoomail.com, something else, automatically we are able to get login page is the first page. Everybody understand this point here. Here we have to get like which one? Login page is the first page. So what is that login page or maybe registration page or maybe index page? What are all these? All these things are come under like which one, user interface or not, presentation part or not. So that's why they're providing a starting point for the users to access our application. This is point number one. Here we have to understand it clearly. Next one is another, its main intention is which one? It able to improve look and feel to the enterprise applications. It able to improve look and feel to the enterprise applications. Presentation part, if you provide more, automatically more beautiness we are able to get, more look and feel we are able to get. Once this application is available with the beautiness, automatically, right, users may be attracted and users may use that our application clearly. That's why presentation part is very, very important. If we provide good presentation part, good look and feel will be improved for our applications. So it able to improve look and feel to our applications. This is one thing here. Next one is after completion of this, another thing is like which one? It able to provide environment, to collect data from users in order to collect data from users and to submit, or in order to send, in order to submit that data, to like which one, server side application. To submit the data to server-side application, here we require some environment. That environment is provided by like which one? User interface. All of you observe this clearly. Next one is after completion of this, it will provide very good environment. It will provide very good environment to perform client-side data validations. It will provide very good environment to perform client-side data validations. It will provide very good environment to perform client-side data validations. This is another one here. Client-side data validations are provided here. It able to provide very good environment to perform client-side data validations. This is another thing here we have to understand clearly. All right, sir. Then these are the various points here we have to understand. These are the various requirements to go for like which one here, no? Our application there. What is the meaning of this client-side data validations now? So whenever we enter some data in a form, might be for example user age or username or user email or mobile number, like this we are providing some data. But before sending the data to the server, at a client side itself, at a browser itself, we will collect the data. We will check the data whether the data is like right data or not. If the data is wrong data, here itself we will stop the data. We will give some message to the user. So whatever the data you entered, that is invalid. If the data is right data, then we will send the data to the server side along with the request. So this type of checkup at client machine, this type of checking at client machine for the data, it is called as like which one? No, data validations at client machine. That's why they are called as like which one? No, client side data validations. It is called as like which one? No, client side data validations. Right, sir. Not more than that. Next one is what is that another thing here I'm telling to you? To prepare these applications, to prepare this layer, which layer it is now? User interface layer. We will use a separate logic called as, what is this logic here? We have to use there presentation logic here we are able to use. To prepare this layer, we will use a separate logic called as which one? No, presentation logic. Right, sir. Then another thing is like which one here? To prepare presentation logic, we have to use a set of technologies. What are the very set of technologies like which one here? We can understand it. No, number of technologies here we are able to use like which one here? HTML maybe, CSS maybe, Bootstrap, of course JavaScript for the sake of like which one data validations, or to go for this event delegation model and all. Our completion of this JavaScript, maybe Java related things here we are able to use JSP. Apart from this JSP, might be a number of technologies are available here. All these technologies are used to provide like which one, you know, like user interface layer, that means presentation layer. Right, sir. Right, sir. Exactly. So right, sir. Now data validation is nothing but like which one here? We can understand it now. Data validation purpose is like which one here? Checking data valid or invalid, that's it. But whenever we are getting login page where username and password we entered, but username and password is not exist at our thing, in the sense it's not the part of data validation. This is the part of authentication, security, authentication and authorization, that is separate. So for example, user is I provided, that user is contains like which one here? What I provided there? 250 I provided user is. But in my application, we have a restriction for users that will be like which one? 18 to 25 years only. Only in between that users only must be added. So then that is a validation. Here we are checking that, and we are saying the data is not like which one here? The data is not valid. The data is greater than like which one? 25 or maybe less than 18. Like this, we are able to see some point. So this is called as like which one? Data validations. Of course, Angular also we are able to use, no problem. Number of technologies are existed here to prepare this user interface. Right, so these are the points here we have to understand about like which one? User interface. Next, coming to the next point. What about this next one here? We have to understand, no? Business layer or business processing layer. business layer or business processing layer. That observe this clearly. What exactly the business processing layer? Right, sir. All of you observe this clearly. Few points here I'm telling there. Business processing layer. What is the main intention? Its main intention. Its main intention. As observe this clearly now. Right, sir. The main intention is to define and execute business rules and regulations. Guys, observe this clearly now. Its main intention is to define and execute business rules and regulations. This is what exactly the meaning of this business processing layer. Its main intention is to define and execute business rules and regulations. What are these business rules and regulations here? What we are able to understand it here now? Say for example, I'll give one example to you, try to understand it. I'm preparing a website or I'm preparing an application for Durgasoft. Now Durgasoft is having some business rules and regulations. What are these rules and regulations now? Durgasoft is giving some flexibility to the students. Right, sir. For the existing students, if they want to go for new course registration, where 50% off is going on. For the existing students, to go for the next course, 50% off they are able to get. Outsiders are available, not Durgasoft students. Outsiders, they want to take a complete first attempt that course is there. They have to go for like which one 100% payment. Understand it clearly. So this is up to Durgasoft only. We cannot apply this to all the institutes at Hyderabad. So this 50% off for the existing students mode is up to Durgasoft only. Understand it? But it is not available for every student, and we should not apply that to every student. This is the totally requirement of like which one Durgasoft. As all of you understand this point, 50% is off for the existing students of this course now. This is exactly like which one up to Durgasoft students only, not for all. Guys, up to this point clearly now. So this type of rules and regulations, if you want to manage, then it is called as which one? Business rules and regulations, and business components or business layer is available in our enterprise applications. Right, so that is the meaning of like which one? Defining and executing business rules and regulations, what client required exactly. What clients required exactly. Right, so this is one point. Next one is, after completion of this, how we are able to prepare this. Right, sir. To prepare business processing layer, we will use a separate logic. We'll use a separate logic called as business logic. We'll use a separate logic called as like which one of business logic. Its main intention is to define and execute business rules and regulations, what clients require exactly. To prepare business processing layer, we will use a separate logic called as which one? Business logic. Right, sir. Next one is, after completion of this, third one. What about this third one here? We can understand it clearly. Third one is like which one? To prepare business layer, business processing layer or business logic, we will use the technologies. What are the various technologies here we are able to use there? Number of technologies are available. That depends on our architecture, what we are using here. Technologies like which one? Just I'm able to list out. Servlets we can use. Purely normal servlets and JSPs applications if we are using without following any particular design pattern. Just servlets we can use to prepare like which one this content. Servlets. This is another one. Next one is like which one here? EJB's session beans are available. EJB session beans are existed. Understand my point clearly now? Right, sir. EJB session beans and servlets like this. In some other situations, might be we are able to use like which one? DAOs also in some other situation. Like this, number of components more and more number of components are existed. So if you go for some frameworks, might be Spring framework where middleware totally a separate layer is available here. There we are able to prepare like which one? business logic and all we are able to prepare like this. So this is what exactly the meaning of like which one? No, business processing layer. So accuracy of the application is depending on this business layer only. So look and feel is depending on presentation layer, that is user interface layer. Accuracy of the application is depending on like which one? They know business layer. If you provide business layer strongly, automatically accuracy level of your application will be improved. And if you provide strong user interface layer, then look and feel will be improved much more for our application. That's this is the meaning of like which one? You know, business processing layer. Good, sir. Good. After completion of this business processing layer, other content is like which one here? What we have to understand that other content here. Everybody has to understand this. The next part is like which one here? We have to understand this. The next content would be data storage and access layer. Data storage and access layer. What exactly the purpose of this data storage and access layer? What it able to cover? Right, sir. Its intention and its purpose is very clear. Understand this clearly. No. First one, data storage and access layer. Its main intention is to achieve 100% data persistency in enterprise applications. 100% data persistency in enterprise applications. Answer my point here. What is this 100% data persistency? Right, sir. I'll give that another point here. Its main intention is to perform database operations. That means its main intention is to perform database operations, or else its main intention is to connect with the database and to perform database operations. This is the main intention of like which one? This data storage and access layer. It is a bottommost layer in our web applications. It is a bottommost layer there to perform. If you want to perform like which one? Database operations, we have to come for this which one? Data storage and access layer. This is another one. Come for the third one here. What is that next point here? To prepare this layer, we have to use. To prepare this layer, we have to use a separate logic. We have to use a separate logic called as, what is the separate logic here? We have to provide there called as persistence layer. Persistence logic. Observe this clearly. To prepare this layer, we have to use separate logic. That will be like which one? Persistence logic. Right, sir. What exactly the meaning of this persistence logic? Then how we are able to, persistence logic is nothing now. The storing data to the databases permanently. That means retrieving data permanently. Doing some operations on the database permanently. That is nothing but like which one? A persistence layer. Right, sir. Now, to prepare persistence logic, we will use a set of technologies like which one here? What are the various set of technologies here we are able to use there? Set of technologies like which one? You can understand. JDBC we can use there, and EJBs, NTDBs here we are able to use, and so on. Number of technologies are available. Of course, ORM tools are existed like this. Number of things. NTDBs are available inside these EJBs. No, all these things are come under like which one here? No, data storage and persistence, data storage and access layer, or maybe persistence layer. Right, guys. Now these are exactly the points here we can understand about like which one? No, enterprise application development. Everybody as to understand these points clearly now. What exactly the content here are given there clearly? All of you observe this clearly. Right, sir. 1 minute wait. Right. So then today just I give you an information related to like which one, what is an enterprise and what is the meaning of enterprise application and what are the various layers are available inside this enterprise application development. Enterprise is a business organization or a group of organizations running under single label. Enterprise application is a software application designed for an enterprise in order to simplify their business processing. To prepare enterprise applications, we are able to use the following three layers. What are the three layers, Kirno? Right, so that first layer is nothing but like which one? User interface layer. Second one is business layer. Third one is data storage and access layer. Right, sir. User interface layer. It is a starting point to all the users to access the application. And user interface layer is able to improve look and feel to the applications. Right, sir. Understand this clearly. Then after that, it able to provide environment to collect data from users in order to submit the data to server side application. It will provide very good environment to perform client side data validations. To prepare this layer, we will use a separate logic called as which one? Presentation logic. To prepare this presentation logic, we have to use a set of technologies called as this set of technologies are like which one here might be front end technologies or web technologies there. There we are able to use like which one? HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, and JSP, and so on. And of course, Angular, or maybe a number of things are existed now. Right, sir? jQuery, or maybe different things. So by this, we are able to understand like which one? User interface layer. Next one is business layer is available. What is this business layer actually? The main intention of this business layer is like which one? The main intention is to define and execute business rules and regulations what clients required exactly. To prepare this business processing layer, we will use a separate logic called as which one? Business logic. To prepare this business logic, we will use the technologies like which one? Servlets, EJBs, session beans, and so on. Next one is coming to like which one? Data storage and access layer or persistence layer. So the main intention of this data storage and persistence layer is to achieve 100% data persistence in enterprise applications. What is the meaning of this 100% data persistence? Now, connecting with the database and performing database operations permanently. Connecting with the database and performing database operations permanently, then it is called as which one? Data persistence. To prepare this layer, we have to use a separate logic called as which one? No, persistence logic. To prepare persistence logic, we will use a set of technologies like which one here? JDBC, EJBs, NTDBs, and so on. All these things here we are able to understand clearly. Right, so this is what exactly the meaning of like which one? Enterprise application layers, topmost layers. But if you go for MVC architecture, where we are able to have some number of layers like which one? Presentation layer and controller layer, that means front end controller layer there, then after that, and application controller, then after that, like which one here? Business layer, that means service layer. Next one is the data access layer, and finally databases. So if you go for MVC, there we are able to see some other system there, some other architecture clearly. But this is the top level layers of this enterprise application. What exactly the things we are going to provide as part of this enterprise. So these many things here we are able to understand clearly. Guys, all of you are following these points or not? Whatever the points here I'm telling to you clearly. All of you are following these points or not? No response, guys. All of you are listening these points now? Guys, are you there? No response, guys. Okay, fine. Right, sir. Good. That's fine. So this is exactly the meaning of like which one, enterprise now, right? Now here I'm asking one question to all of you guys. Now try to answer for it. What exactly the meaning of data persistency? This is my question. What is this data persistency? You must give answer for it. What exactly the meaning of data persistency? What is the meaning of it? Answer is very clear. What is the meaning of this data persistency? No, representing data permanently at backend system. Representing data permanently. Here the word permanently is important. Here the word permanently. This is actually the meaning of which one? Persistency. Permanently in the sense like which one? Of persistency. Right, sir. Representing data permanently. Representing data permanently at backend systems is called as data persistency. It's called as like which one? Data persistency. Right, sir. All of you observe this clearly. Representing data permanently. Representing data in the sense, just we can think of it, CRUD operations. CRUD operations. Representing data permanently in the sense like which one? CRUD operations. What are these CRUD operations, guys? Now tell me. What is this C actually? Create. Create in the sense like which one can know? Insert. Create in the sense, don't think about it, creating a table. Create in the sense like which one? No, already table is existed, just creating data inside the table. Inserting data. Good. This is nothing but like which one can know? Create. Come on, guys. Now tell me, what about this R actually? R is nothing but which one can know? Read or retrieve. Read or retrieve. Reading data or fetching data, whatever it may be. Next, U stands for like which one can know? Update. And D stands for like which one can know? Delete. Right, sir. Representing data permanently at backend system is called as which one? Data persistency. Right, sir. What exactly the meaning of this data persistence operations? No, data persistence operations are like which one? CRUD operations. Like which one? Creating data, read data, update data, and delete data. Create data, read data, update data, and delete data. All these are like which one can know? CRUD operations. Here we have to understand clearly. Next one is after understanding these CRUD operations there. Right, sir. These CRUD operations are called as like which one? CRUD operations. These CRUD operations are called as like which one? Persistence operations. Persistence operations. These CRUD operations are called as which one? No, persistence operations. Understand it clearly now. Next one is to perform these CRUD operations or to perform this data persistency, we are going to use a set of technologies. The set of technologies are called as like which one here? JDBC maybe. We can think of it like which one here? EJPs, entity based maybe, and so on. Number of technologies are available. All these technologies are called as like which one here? Persistence technologies. Persistence technologies. Simple definitions here. Persistence technologies. Right, sir. A set of technologies that we are going to use to achieve this data persistency. That set of technologies are called as which one? No, persistence technologies. Right, sir. To achieve this data persistency, we are going to use a set of operations. That operations are called as which one? No, persistence operations. That persistence operations are including like which one? CRUD operations. Create, read, update, delete. Understand it clearly now. Next one is the data persistence is nothing but which one here? Representing data or maintaining data or management of the data permanently at our databases. Then it is called as like which one? No, data persistency. Right, so these are overall operations here what we are able to understand about this data persistency. Right, sir. Good. What are the various persistence technologies are available to achieve this data persistency? Majorly, three types of technologies are existed. First one is like which one here? Serialization and deserialization data persistency. Second one is like which one? JDBC based data persistency. Third one is like which one here? ORM tools, ORM implementations. ORM implementations are available. What are these ORM implementations are available here now? We can understand it clearly. First one is like which one? Hibernate is one of the ORM implementation. Next one is like which one here? JPA is another ORM implementation here. We can understand it now. Right, sir. First one is like which one? Hibernate, and second one is like which one? JPA. And third one is like which one here? EJB's entity beans are existed here. Of course, this is a little bit outdated content, but differences here we are able to understand it clearly now. After completion of this, another thing is like which one? Open JPA and maybe top link, and next one is like which one here? IBATIS is available. IBATIS, like this number of technologies are available to achieve like which one to implement like which one data persistency on the basis of this ORM here. So now here our job is which one? As part of this ORM implementations, we have to understand clearly that Hibernate. Hibernate is the topmost one, is getting demand over all the other like ORM implementations. No, Hibernate is having very good demand in outside when compared with other. So here our responsibilities, we are going to understand like which one? No, Hibernate here. But before going to start this Hibernate directly, we have to understand how this serialization and deserialization data persistency is possible, and how this JDBC is possible, and how ORM implementations are possible. That all these things here we have to understand clearly. Right, guys. Now this is what exactly the solution. Then so do one thing. Then remaining part that data persistency mechanisms I will start on tomorrow. Tomorrow onwards I'm going to start this data persistency mechanisms, guys. Okay. Today I want to stop this session, and tomorrow I'll continue this session. And tomorrow onwards we are going to see serialization, deserialization, and DADBC, and then next one is ORM implementations. One by one we are going to start clearly. Right. So this is a roadmap for which one? There Hibernate. Right. Once you reach it to Hibernate there, then we will start Hibernate applications and Hibernate steps and everything related to this Hibernate. We are going to understand. This is what exactly the foundation for our courses, like which one can data persistence courses here. I'm telling you. Good. That's okay, guys. That's all for today. And tomorrow I'll continue our remaining parts here. Good. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys. And maybe tomorrow that link may be changed. If link is changed for the registered members, you will get a link. You'll get a link details through mail for the registered members. So maybe if the link is not changed, as it is the same link we have to use. If you're not receiving any, like what I'm telling, if you're not receiving any mail related to this new link, just we can use the same link. I think so. Maybe tomorrow our admin people may have chances to change the link. Why? Because two classes are demo classes in general they used to provide. One is like which one they know Friday we have completed and today we completed there. Maybe tomorrow onwards maybe link may be changed. If it is not changed, we can use the same thing. Or if the link is changed, our admin people will send for the registered members that link details to the all the members there. Just try to try to get awareness about this particular thing. Right, sir. So if you want to join for Hibernate, minimum JDBC awareness is required. Minimum programs. First 4 or 5 programs awareness is required. How to prepare a JDBC program to create a table, to insert data, to update data, to delete data. So this kind of awareness is required. Minimum awareness is required. Right. So duration for this course is hardly 45 days to 2 months of time. 45 days minimum, 2 months of time is max. 45 sessions to and 60 sessions are required to complete this Hibernate. All right, guys. And fee related thing, just you can talk with our admin people. They'll give more clarity on this. One time talk with our admin people, already given that mobile number and all. Just you can talk with them. Mobile number and email ID. Just send mail ID to them, and they will. You can talk with our admin people regarding that, regarding this money and all these things. Yeah, Aragle is okay, fine, sufficient. Aragle light awareness is sufficient. If you require any Aragle related things, if I need any database related thing, I can explain inside the classroom there. No need to worry for that. But basically, JDBC first 5 programs, core Java awareness is required. Then only we are able to understand this course. Otherwise, you will get a bit confusion. Yeah. That's it. That's it, guys. Tell me if you have any queries, then I can explain it. That's the last 2 minutes of time. And if you're having any query, you can raise that. Just I can explain that. But once within 2 to 3 days of time, I will create Google Classroom for this. I will share the regular classroom class notes also, rough notes, whatever the notes I am preparing there in the classroom there. Just I will share that, and officially you will get a material, soft copy material. We are able to get once you register for this course, nearly and 250 plus pages of documents you are able to receive there. If anything is updated, then I will give that new updations through my classroom notes there. So you will not get any problem. Almost near about 250 plus pages of document is existed that we are able to get. All right, sir. Yeah, ORM. Yes, ORM is covered in these sessions only. Definitely, it is not like 255 nearly. I think so. Yeah, our people are sending message to me, and 330 plus pages of material is existed. 330 pages of material is available. Yeah, it's okay. Good. Our people are giving information to me now. ORM will be covered in these Hibernate sessions. Yes, definitely. Then Hibernate is nothing but ORM only. That ORM rules and regulations and everything we will understand. Then after that we will start which one? Hibernate content here. Yeah, exactly. Hibernate, discussing about Hibernate in the sense discussing about ORM only. Is there any concession for board students on fee structure, sir? Just try to talk with our admin people. Just request them. Definitely, they will do that. So money related things, just we can talk with our admin people, guys. Just technology related things, if you have any, just we can talk with me. And you will start spring batch. So maximum offer this Hibernate within 45 days of time. I will start it max. In place of this, I think so this time is suitable for it. So in place of this, I will start it. Or else maybe if lockdown is left and if the situation is good and Hyderabad there, definitely I will plan for offline class also regarding this spring. If I start this offline, automatically offline and online will be started. But at present, this time is suitable for the frameworks. So just wait. We have to wait for up to like which one there, few days of time. Or else maybe if time is possible, then if it is required there, if you want to start it, then definitely I will go for it max. Right. So if I want to start spring, I will start right from very starting point. All modules, core module and onwards, I'm able to start up to like which one there. Spring Boot, up to Spring Boot, we have to discuss. Yeah, definitely, guys. See, then by using Spring Framework, we are able to perform all the layers of applications, no? But what happened there? By using Spring, we can perform. Guys, all of you understand this. This is one of the question. Spring is having user interface layer through web module. Spring is having business layer by having number of modules. Spring is having data storage and access layer also to perform database operations. But what happened there? Spring required the integration of Hibernate. Spring is not having its own mechanism to integrate to interact with the database. Spring must use one ORM application, one ORM implementation it has to use to interact with which one or database. Integration is required definitely. Right, sir. Integration is required definitely. So because of that reason, to even though if you want to use that Spring framework, we require like which one they know Hibernate or maybe JP or maybe some ORM technologies here we required here. So even again JPI implementation is which one Hibernate. Hibernate is definitely required at any case to interact with the database through Spring framework. Definitely Hibernate is required. Without that, we are unable to like connect with our databases there clearly. No? Right, sir. And Java project in the sense like which one here inside the classroom itself we are able to do some modules there maybe depending on time. I'm not putting it as mandatory, but as per the time at the end we'll plan for the project on the basis of this content what we are learning there. Just by the time we will think about it. After Spring and web services, yes sir, just we will think about it at later time, not now. Maybe after completion of the Spring and web services and doing a project, just we will check that possibility, not now. Yeah, we start Spring as soon as possible. Yeah, definitely, Sujit. Yes, guys. Anything else? Anything else? Guys, and shall we meet on tomorrow? Guys, and this Hibernate is a separate batch, not related to core Java and advanced Java. Hibernate is a separate batch. Hibernate is a separate batch, separate registrations are required. It's not like a core Java and advanced Java. Core Java is a separate batch and advanced Java is a separate batch. Similarly, Hibernate is a separate batch. Right. Right, sir. Okay, yes, that's fine. And we'll meet on tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll check the remaining part. Thank you. Thanks a lot.